Morning, dear hearts. We are on lesson 95, and please subscribe. So, today's lesson is I am oneself united with my Creator. And today's lesson is really a lot about structure on different levels or in different ways, okay? Because we don't really have levels, but to see structure in different ways. First of all, it looks at the structure of who we think we are and the structure that has been put together by the ego of what we think we are as in ego terms. And it says, you see yourself as a ridiculous parody of God's creation, weak, vicious, ugly, and sinful, miserable, and beset with pain. That's the structure of what the ego would have us believe we are. It also, this lesson goes into the structure for our practicing and that we need that structure. Remember at the beginning of the year when I said an untrained mind is not sustainable? Well, this lesson verifies that. And this lesson is really all about how we can put structure into our practicing and how important it is for us to do that. This we started a couple days ago. We're continuing with the first 5 minutes of every waking hour. But this lesson really goes deeper into why we need that. Why do we need so much structure in our practicing? It's because our minds tend to wander. And the more repetitive, and I've used that word before, the more repetitive our practice, with shorter intervals in between when we practice, the greater the results will be for us. And of course, for all of the sonship. It says, and the other thing is that it tells us that we have not yet formed the habit of using the idea as an automatic response to temptation. And I love that it says temptation. And what is temptation? Temptation is anything that we allow to take our peace. We give our peace to something. It tempts us out of our peace. It tempts us away from the practicing of knowing of who we really are and why we are here. This lesson, so much of it is speaking directly to us, like it's saying about, the temptation, and you're not really practicing the way you were meant to. And it talks about our motivation can be inconsistent because we don't yet see the benefits, the beneficial form of practice in salvation. That this is where we're going. We are going to use all of these lessons to get us to the point of salvation, atonement, total and complete radical forgiveness for everything that we think has been going on around here. And within this ego world, this world of insanity and chaos. This lesson also reiterates something that I said yesterday about, so what if you miss those first 5 minutes? Don't allow that. It says beautifully, do not, however, use your lapses from this schedule as an excuse not to return to it again as soon as you can. We in bodies and with body minds have this idea, well, if I messed up once, then the whole day is gone. I'll try again tomorrow if I want to, if I feel compelled to, if I feel drawn to do it. And the lesson, the Course is telling us, no, it's just a mistake. Mistakes are correctable. Just try again. Just try again. You're not being judged. This isn't a sin if you forget a practice period. And the only one that really is harmed is you. We harm ourselves when we decide not to be diligent and vigilant with our practice because it takes us away from the truth of I am oneself united with my Creator into a small self, the parody that is weak and vicious and ugly and sinful and miserable. All of these little errors, they say they are attempts to keep you unaware that you are oneself, united with your Creator, at one with every aspect of creation and limitless in power and in peace. And this is actually part of the phrases that we're given for our practicing the first 5 minutes of every day. And then, of course, as often during the hour as possible. I am oneself, united with my Creator, at one with every aspect of creation, and limitless in power and in peace. So put those two together, power and peace. It's not how we normally think of it. We think of power as being separate from peace, but in truth, they are. When they are united, that is when the true strength is here with us. Now, paragraphs 12, 13, and 14, and really 15 as well, this is also about structure. But this is the structure of who we really are. And it goes in deeper and deeper and telling us, again, you are oneself, united and secure in light and joy and peace. So there's the overtones of lesson 93 that we just had. We need to come to think of ourselves as we truly are, and not how the ego would make us believe that we are. Not those little things, not that litany of viciousness and weakness, but instead to step into the power and the peace that we have in being our one true self, one self united with our Creator. The lesson has, a part of it that is reminiscent to me of one of my favorite lines that I say often, because it's telling us that do not forget we need your help, your little part in bringing happiness to all the world, because this little part that we have to play in salvation helps, it assists all of us, the entire sonship, to come to this point of knowing our own truth, and that we will experience this peace, this great peace. And of course, it reminds me of the line from beginning of chapter 5 that I love so much, that you are being blessed by every beneficent thought of any of your brothers anywhere. That's what we're doing. We are blessing our brothers. We are blessing ourselves when we accept this idea that I am one true self, united with my Creator. So this lesson is about structure, the structure of practicing, the structure of what the ego put together for us, and then ultimately the true structure of who and what we are and how we benefit, and the entire sonship benefits the entire world as we bring happiness through salvation of the recognition of our one true self. So, longer than usual, very amazing lesson. Definitely try to read paragraphs 12, 13, 14, and like, share, subscribe, comment, and please be here tomorrow. Namaste.